cannot express. So I always prepare to give him just receive less. No matter what the consequence might be, whether day or night, once it's all for the good of my country, I'm ready to fight. Some may find it strange, but I never change. My philosophy endures, always country first. So I will climb over the highest wall when my country call. Hail, hail, Grenada, I give myself to thee. Yes, man, that's why I'm playing. I always playing. Good God, I'm playing. I don't want the consequences. Grenada, yes, man, I always playing. I keep on playing. Good God, I'm playing. It's trusting Grenada, and that's a fact. Hey, bada bada dan di dan doy. Playing for Grenada. Baba da da doy. Baba da da doy. Some may say that the grass is much greener on the other side. So anytime they get an opportunity, they come for the ride. They don't care if it's lightning or thunder, whether hot or cold. They wake up every day and they focus for the pot of gold. And while they play their part, showcasing their skills, ignoring the dangers of the minds on the playing field. But when it comes down to the local game, they won't do the same. Hail, hail, Grenada, I give myself to thee. Yes, man, that's why I'm playing. I always playing. Good God, I'm playing for Team Grenada. Yes, man, I always playing. I keep on playing. Good God, I'm playing for Team Grenada, and that's a fact. Yeah, bana bana dan di dan doy. Playing for Grenada. Oh mama oi, oh mama oi. When you see me with me son, me hammer in the burning sun, I'm only come out to play my part in the reconstruction. Cause I listen to the words of my granny, and she always said, from the doctor to the sanitary worker, they have a part to play. So this what you see running down on me, it's no accident, but my investment in this little paradise, all the Isle of Spice. Hail, hail, Grenada, I give myself to thee. Yes, man, that's why I'm playing. I always playing. Good God, I'm playing for Team Grenada. Yes, man, I always playing. I keep on playing. I'm always playing for Team Grenada, and that's a fact. Playing for Grenada. Oh mama oi, oh mama oi. It's over 30 years now I'm playing. On weak eyes so thin. And if you ask what my chances of winning, they say very slim. Yet for all I wouldn't shed a tear or refuse to try, even though they continue to treat me like the water boy. So me say I'm strange or mentally deranged, but on the contrary, Calypso is a part of me. So in spite of all the scars I got, I must play my part. Hail, hail, Grenada, I give myself to thee. Yes, man, that's why I'm playing. I always playing. Good God, I'm playing for Team Grenada. Yes, man, I always playing. I'll keep on playing. I'm only playing for Team Grenada.
This song is not about who you are or what color you wear. It's about saving this beautiful country. Now give me. Whoa, 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 whoa. Step each one help each other. As one country, one nation. Everyone, give a helping hand. I can't do it for myself, cause no man is an island. Politics now is about wealth, like we lost with direction. Time to put a trade on the shelf, love is the medication. Do not screen it back to she health, yeah. And the time is no. We can't wait for tomorrow. And if we don't know how, we could end up in sorrow. We just got to be strong when faced with tribulation. If each one teach one, we must build this nation. We just have to reach out to someone, give an helping hand. I want to reach out to the youth and tell them the truth. Don't must be a preacher to help somebody. Don't must be a teacher to teach somebody. Don't must be a doctor to heal somebody. Don't must be a lover to love somebody. Just reach out to someone, give an helping hand. I want to reach out to the youth and tell them the truth. I hear they talking about governance and transparency. Stories long like get to grandance. Man, we worse than a Nancy. The pressure reaching down to we pants. Still like they blind and they can't see. Everyone deserves a chance, yeah. And the time is no. We can't wait for tomorrow. Like we still don't know how to pay back when we borrow. See this stuff about who's wrong won't change the situation. The only solution to build this nation. You have to reach out to someone, give an helping hand. I want to reach out to the youths and tell them the truth. Don't must be a minister to help somebody. Don't must be an instructor to teach somebody. Don't must be a pastor to heal somebody. Don't must be a lover to love somebody. You have to reach out to someone, give an helping hand. I want to reach out to the youth and tell them the truth. Help somebody. we forget about Christ while the devil on a rampage. All the youths talking about sex nice, like they forget about it. Before you talk, you could lose your life. It's the signs of the last days. I don't want us to pay the price, no. So the time is now, no. We can't wait for tomorrow. And if we don't know how, we could end up in sorrow. You just have to be strong when faced with tribulation. If each one teach one, we must build this nation. Reach out, reach out, reach out to someone. Give a helping hand. I want to reach out, reach out, reach out to the youths and tell them the truth. Don't must be a preacher to help somebody. Don't must be a teacher to teach somebody. Don't must be a doctor to heal somebody. Don't must be a lover to love somebody. You just have to reach out, reach out, reach out to someone. Give an helping hand. I want to reach out, reach out, reach out to the youths and tell them the truth. Reach out to somebody, reach out to the youths. Show some love, give an helping hand, help someone. Show some love, reach out to somebody, yeah. Yeah.
So much people complaining about the government. I wonder why they complaining when it's only 1 year they spent. They come in and complain to me, which I find strange, because the election victory, majority voted for change. So then I start to wonder, what is some of them seen? Why complain to this fella when they know my color is green? It seems like they don't have patience. That's the reason why. Or something pricking the conscience they just cannot satisfy. Don't blame me, don't complain to me. Why complain to me? Change you wanted to see. Don't blame me, don't complain to me. Why complain to me? Change you wanted to see. 13 years we in power, you was in opposition. You won with your propaganda. I really thought you had a plan. You appeal to them old people, push promise in the head. If they only vote for you, pension will be 400. So much seniors they turn out to give you their support. Right now some of them hand to mouth because you lock the throat. $50 you increase, that's not what you promise. And if they have children overseas, you remove the name from the list. Don't blame me, don't complain to me. Why complain to me? Change you wanted to see. Don't blame me, don't complain to me. Why complain to me? Change you wanted to see. Don't blame me, don't complain to me. Why complain to me? Change you wanted to see. Don't blame me, don't complain to me. You looked at our youth program, you said it was not working. If they only give you a chance, you'll do some improving. You went out to them Imani and make them understand. If they vote for NDC, you giving them a grand. Now you from the government, you bring youth empowerment. All who were getting 700 right now, they're getting a cent. 7 months now they gone home, you leaving them to roam. It seems like the grand you promised them is grandchildren they bring it home. Don't blame me, don't complain to me. Why complain to me? Change you wanted to see. Don't blame me, don't complain to me. Why complain to me? Change you wanted to see. Since after the election, supporters threatening me. They have a letter from madman, go home immediately. So tell me fans and me family not to worry about me. When they carry the letter, just take it easily. Don't call the radio station, don't preach victimization. Cause if you all know the madman, this youth always have a plan. If you listen to my songs and what I just tell people, one door closer the madman, another one will open. Don't blame me, don't complain to me. Why complain to me? Change you wanted to see. Oh, don't blame me, don't complain to me. Why complain to me? Change you wanted to see. Don't blame me, don't complain to me. Why complain to me? Change come to this country. Oh, don't blame me, don't complain to me. Why complain to me? Change you wanted to see. Oh, don't blame me, don't complain to me. Why complain to me? Change come to this country. Oh, don't blame me, don't complain to me. Why complain to me? Change you wanted to see. Ooh yeah, I am stuck between a rock and a hard place in this modern time. God gave us a gift, we brain and we cranium, still He gave us a mind. Think about positive endeavors to make we life rise up. But some people that I know thinking so low, they brain living in the dust because they would see it on the name of a brother with malice intention, when instead they could be uplifting a sister for life progression. It is so hard now when a man turn a big man and still didn't grow. But the reason they procrastinate and gossip is because their mind is poor. So I say poor mind will gossip. Illiteracy, simple mind, talk about places that they could never be. Ordinary mind, talk about events and personalities. But good mind, speak about ideas, and great mind speaks philosophy. The mind is such a spiritual force, will make you do what's right. And for sure, my friends, you are in control, so there's no reason to fight. I know you heard this before. Life is how you make it, so be honorable. Now when you sit in a state of idleness, that making your mind simple. Now all you should know, your mind is the center of your universe. A bad thing to waste, yes man, in all different sizes, and in your head it was placed to uplift and elevate those around me with tremendous grace. Positive is always the way to go. I want to please stay away from his, because I say poor mind will gossip. Illiteracy, simple mind, talk about places that they could never be. Ordinary mind, speak about events and personalities. But good mind, speak about ideas, and great mind speaks philosophy. Instead of vision, a lot of people live in dreams and love to expatiate. They love to talk about man-made creation, so their life is on weight. Most of their thoughts is based on fiction and not reality. So I wrote this song to let them know they must change their mentality. You spend all your time with your mind being carnal and does not have a clue, creating a sense of hopelessness and still don't believe it's true. You really don't know how to uplift your standard, man, only wasting time. I know the reason for that, my friends. Ordinary mind, oh mine will gossip. Illiteracy, simple mind, talk about
places that they could never be. Ordinary mind talk about events and personalities, but good mind speak about ideas, and great mind speaks philosophy. I've tried my best for my mind to be good and one day be great. That is why you could never get me to sit and procrastinate. Something needs to be done. I will get up and do it without hesitation. That is why I'm working so hard, my friends, for calypso unification. If artists use their mind, there would be more focus, knowledge and understanding. And in order for us to make progress, we have to stop bickering, making fuss over what really doesn't matter. Intelligent men must think, but you could bring a horse to the water hole, but you can't force the horse to drink. So I say, poor mind will gossip. Illiteracy, simple mind talk about places that they could never be. Ordinary mind talk about events and personalities, but good mind speak about ideas. Great mind speaks philosophy. Education is the key to success. I want you to understand that the most important part of education is academics. Yes, man. Whoa, whoa. Calling upon parents and guardians, sending your children to school, cause a good education in this life would be their greatest tool. Respect to the elders and the teachers and those in authority. Remember when you sit down to learn, children, now listen attentively, because the world that you're going out into would be your greatest teacher. There is no time now to be reluctant, everything child is computer. Always aim for the sky, work hard, think about your future, because I want all you to be qualified with an intellectual power. Child education is what you want if you must succeed, and you never know you could be an esteemed lawyer like Peter David. Qualification is what you need if you must excel, and you could be a great mathematician just like Dr. Kit Mitchell. Inspiration is what you need. Children must prepare, and you could be a woman rising in Parliament like Miss Emlyn Pierre. Education is what you want, but it comes with hard work. But you could be an economist, I tell you, just like Nazim Buck. When I was a young boy, I never liked going to school. Somehow I felt that I knew it all, and my friends all thought it was cool. You know what? I was a role model. What I did, my friends emulate. Some call me a troublemaker and say that I will not graduate. When I heard these things, I got so frightened, decided to clean up my act. I grabbed my school book and study. Every exam, you know, I pass. When was graduation? I graduated, top of the class, and the teachers all gave me such wonderful and complimentary remarks. Education is what you want. Go forth with no fear. I want you to become a master poet just like William Shakespeare. Qualification, I want you to have be a dictionary, so you could be preaching philosophy like Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Inspiration is what you need. Raise your self-esteem, and just like Dr. Martin Luther King, you could shout, I have a dream. Education is what you must get. Please don't be a fool, cause I want you to be an intellect just like Hollis Liverpool. There is a saying, educated people just might end up a fool, but that must not give you the rights to think you should not go to school.
And good night to Grenada, Carriacou and Petit Martinique once again. It is time for Talking Points. My name's Sheldon Scott. I'll be with you up until the 10 o'clock hour. It's now 5 minutes after the hour of 8 on the Spice Isle of Grenada. Remember to like and share the program. Let's see the number of likes go up to 100. Quickly. Yeah, 25. Yeah, let's see the number of likes on both the YouTube and the Facebook go up over 100. Yeah, let me get the thing rolling. You understand? Nice.
Get some ambition. You could be the one that's running the UN just like.
And saying a special good night to all of you joining us via the various mediums. I am not sure if Sister Isle FM is on with us yet, but Sister Isle FM will be joining us. Nice.
To take you further. And you
Lucy Andrew out there in Trinidad, a special good night to you. Yeah, good night to you, my dear. Let me see. I'm seeing John Mark, Esther McBain, Lynn Joseph, Ingrid Bourne, Yvonne Courtney, Susan Steele, Crystal Theodore, I know you're in, Betty James, Joycelyn Francois, a special good night to you, Joycelyn. Let me see who else is there. Ann Andrews, Red Girl Pascal, good night. Winnie Simon, good night. And Jill Williams, Gail Ann Thomas, good night to you. Amanda Charles, Jocelyn Matheson, Amanda Charles, good night to you. And Kish and Kada, good night to all of you. Wallan Aquat, good night. Cynthia Bartholomew, Delicia Daisy, good night to you. Cicely, right. Glenda, good night. Donna, and let me see, Landon, Nicole, let me see who else is there. Let me see, no, I'm not seeing, yeah, Lola, good night to you. Sharon, good night. And let me see who else is there. Charmaine Ragbasing, Black Excellence, good night. Wendy Ann Maguire, good night to you. And say hello to your father as well. Linda George, good night. Andrea, good night to you. And let me see over on the YouTube. Let me see, Kathleen, Jacinta, Maria, Anne-Marie, Dave, Gavin, Jackie, well, you know me, Jackie. Public Notice, Claude, Baby Daddy, Veronica Nimrod, good night. Jerome Lewis, Alban Harris, Matthew Bowen, and Adrian Watts out there. Special good night to both of you. Marlon Panchu, Maud Martin, good night. Jen and Alcy Peters, Sherry, Cindy, Kashima, good night. Kesta, Devin, Anne, Michelle Alexander, good night to you, my love. Yolan, Dominic, Sherma Jeremiah, and Zela. I know you're listening, Zela. Jump up, jump up. Good night, Zela. Vanessa Lalji, Cynthia Bartholomew, Dominic Leroy, good night. Gloria Emmons, you and the whole home circle. Henry, April, Kathleen, Phyllis, and Missy Angie, Carl, good night to you, Carl Jones. I'm wondering where Alan Jones is. I ain't seen him yet. Alan Jones and Zoe. Yes, and your wife, good night. Right. Christine Otley, Marilyn, Dennis, Good Life, Amanda, Anna Lewis, Brian Joseph, Wilma Paris, Jocelyn Matheson, Stephanie John, Ron Julian. Good night to all of you joining the stream at this time. Hope you all are having a wonderful night. Now, before tonight's program, I made sure that I was paying attention to the press service that Bishop Devon, nearly said Devon Romain, no, yeah. Devon Rocher, yes, that his Agape Ministries that they are leading, and it was, I'm going to say, it's absolutely fabulous, fantastic to see the church community coming together like that on an important issue like this, yeah, and prayers. I didn't see any candlelighting and them kind of thing, but I saw prayers coming from all different denominations, even pastors all the way from Africa and Suriname praying as well, yeah. So it's wonderful. I don't know if it's over yet because I had to branch off. Yeah, I had to branch off. Yeah, I just wanted to branch off a bit. Yeah, so I couldn't stay and look. So I'm not sure if it's finished yet, but I was looking at that and I just wanted to say, wonderful initiative.
The world, your brain, it has no limit. You could be a master of anything, child, as long as you study it. Never said.
Good night to you, Nakisha. Good night to you, Stephen.
Common sense alone cannot make you sit inside a world summit. So education is what you want. Get some ambition. You could be the one that's running the UN just like Kofi Annan. Qualification is what you must have. Child, make sure you're bright. And you could be a Secretary of State just like Condoleezza Rice. Inspiration is what you need to take you further. And you could become a great president, just like Nelson Mandela. Education is
good night to you, Dania. I know you're listening.
And you could be running a country, just like Owen Arthur. Let me tell you about a project that is called the CSME. It's about qualified foreigners coming and working in your country. So I tell you it is important to excel academically. Don't settle for CXC alone, get a university degree. Because your parents spend so much money.
Come on, let me see those likes going up, man. Yeah, let's see the 100 likes in the next few minutes. Nice. All right.
Get home. I urge you, don't be a dropout. Do your maths and learn your English. Get a distinction in chemistry. Grenada needs some more scientists. Education is what you want. Children, don't rebel. Yes, cause you could be a master inventor, just like Alexander Bell. Qualification, I beg you to have.
And remember to also share the program. Yeah, send it to people via WhatsApp. Send it to people via Instagram and TikTok, wherever you just talk to people and send it to them. Yeah.
With your community.
Drop it in the inbox. Don't be afraid.
Be just like King Selassie.
Well, I didn't open the phone lines, but somebody calling, so I ain't going to refuse them. I won't take the call. Yeah, I wasn't taking calls yet because we have several things to talk about. But let me see. Yeah, I'm taking the call. Hello, good night.
Hello, good night.
Hi,
Scott.
Hi. Yes, you're live.
Man.
You're live, caller. Go right ahead.
Yes, Mr. Scott. Mr. Adibai speaking.
Yes, sir.
We just finished a while ago, you know.
Oh, so you all are finished
very
now?
Nice, man.
Yeah, I was looking, man, and I was very impressed.
Yeah. Because we were able to give out 500 Bibles a day, you know.
Wow.
And people, imagine we give out 500 Bibles and people continue coming in and asking for Bible, you know.
But
never seen that before, eh? And people don't want to give people a Bible, they give them a truck, they don't want that, you know.
That's excellent, bro. That's excellent.
Yeah.
You're moving like the Gideons back in the days, there, man, when they're showing out the New Testament. And
Yeah, man. The people hungry for the Bible, you know.
yes, that's good. So you know you have to do a follow-up now. It seems as though you all may have to do another one. This time probably in another location. So probably Grenville this time. So you know another one has to take place.
Because I know I already said they was having a motorcade around the island in October, so.
But even before then, nothing is stopping.
Something kind of similar, like.
Yeah. No, go ahead. Hello.
Yeah, well, I just want to say thanks to all the people who have showed up, and those people who've been watching on Facebook and WhatsApp, And on 92.5, people was watching and listening, I just want to say thanks, for all those support, the pastors and all those people,
Wonderful. And I saw different denominations coming in, so that's wonderful, brother. That's wonderful. Yeah. All right. So thank you so very much for your call, bro, because I was wondering if it was finished. So thanks for confirming for me.
Yeah, it's finished, yeah.
All right. Great. Thank you so very much.
Yeah.
Enjoy the rest of your night and get home safely.
Are you ready?
Papa, yo. You're not sticking, Papa. You ain't sticking at all. I agree with you.
Because, well, I have to go along in the church and help them woman. They're having the different dishes on Saturday, so for the 5 different countries. You have a...
No, give us a little bit, explain a little bit about that quickly.
Oh, yeah, well, what they have now is a kind of Caribbean dishes, so from 5 different countries: Jamaica, Barbados, Trinidad, Suriname. Yeah, and
just
so
leave some of the Suriname food
dishes,
for me.
So
tell Bishop Rocher's wife, make sure to save some of the Surinamese food for me, guys. She know how to organize, she boy. Yeah.
Well, I have to go along there and get them a little help because I have to put up some ballrooms and things, and then women don't like to climb. So.
Some.
Yeah, some women.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you so very much, my brother, and I hope that the activity on Saturday is an amazing success, and I'm sure it will be. All right, so thank you. All right, blessings. So we did get confirmation there that the activity is finished, and so we'd like to thank the Agape Ministries. They were leading on this one, and you had many pastors, Pastor Dave King there, and many other pastors I saw there this afternoon. Well, this afternoon going into this evening. So I'd like to congratulate all of them. All right. Yes, Zelia, Exalia. I hope you're having a wonderful night tonight too. And next thing Exalia say, I don't call her name. These children and them very particular, you know. When they see me, they just tell me. So I hope that you have a wonderful night tonight as well. Roslyn, good night to you. Roslyn, yes, I know. Look for the signal. Francis, good night to you. And I'm seeing Wilma as well. I'm saying special good night to each and every one of you. We've got a caller online. Good night.
Hey, Chef.
Hi, night, sir. How are you?
What's up?
I'm good, man. Go
Listen,
right ahead. You're live.
Based on what's going on in the country right now, you know what I feel? I feel the Prime Minister want to make a reshuffle, but he's afraid the MP. I believe if he realize if he make a reshuffle, he won't backfire like Tillman. So he's afraid to make a reshuffle, but really actually, we are right for a reshuffle. The NDC is right for a reshuffle, but he's afraid to make the reshuffle because he's afraid he won't backfire him. And that, I believe that's what's going on.
I think what Grenadians have gotten to the stage now, they want them to shuffle out.
How much it takes, he have to do it. He will have to do it because what's going on is really manje for pot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's good and then they know what.
Oh, God.
So, all year and later, but they do it now because he go back for him anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So have a good night, partner.
All right, thank you. And I've also heard during the day today, I was hearing that the manager of Nawasa has resigned. Yeah, Mr. Husbands of Nawasa, Christopher Husbands, has resigned. And in fact, I was in receipt of communication stating so that Mr. Christopher Husbands has resigned as the manager of, resigned, same difference. Yeah. And it goes, for those of you listening via radio, is the reason I'm reading, even though I have it circulating there. It says, today with mixed emotions and writing to inform you of my decision to retire from Nawasa and embark on a new chapter in my life. After 33 years with this incredible organization, the last 15 of which I have had the privilege to lead, it is time for me to step down and pass the torch to a new leader who will take the company to even greater heights. The decision to retire was not an easy one, as I am deeply invested in the success and growth of this company. My journey with Nawasa has been nothing short of incredible. When I joined Nawasa 3 decades ago, I could never have imagined the profound impact this organization would have on my life and the person I would become throughout this journey. Over the years, I've had the privilege of working alongside incredibly talented and dedicated individuals like yourselves, and I cannot express how grateful I am for the opportunities and experiences this organization has provided me. Together, we have weathered countless challenges, celebrated remarkable achievements, and forged lifelong friendships that I will always cherish. It has been an honor and a privilege to lead such a talented, dedicated, and passionate team. The memories, experiences, and friendships forged during my tenure here will forever hold a special place in my heart. I wish to express my deepest gratitude to all my colleagues, past and present, for their unwavering support, camaraderie, and shared commitment to achieving our collective goals. I will be proceeding on pre-retirement leave effective 2nd of October 2023, allowing sufficient time to smoothly transition my responsibilities. During this period, I am committed to ensuring a seamless handover process and will be available to assist with any necessary guidance. Though my role as general manager may be coming to an end, my love and support for Nawasa will remain steadfast. I intend to stay connected with the authority as a passionate advocate and a staunch supporter of its continued success. In the coming weeks, there will be opportunities for us to share memories and bid farewell in person. I am eagerly looking forward to these moments of celebration, laughter, and reflection. Once again, thank you all for the support and encouragement throughout this incredible journey we have shared together. It has been the highlight of my career, and I'm eternally grateful for the privilege to have served as your general manager. And that was a memo sent out to the staff of NOWASA by Mr. Chris Husbands as he is taking his leave as the manager of NOWASA. Yeah, yeah. I have something to say about that, you know. Yeah. I have something to say about that. Believe me, honest. Oh man.
Singing the same song again. What kind of song I'll be?
And you know, in my mind, I just want to be clear because over the, and I ain't taking calls right now, talk just now, right? Over the past few months, I have been hearing whispers of a direct attempt by members of the NOWASA board to get rid of Mr. Christopher Husbands. So this is no surprise to me. It is absolutely not surprising. They wouldn't have fired him just like that. Yeah? But over the past few months, I have been hearing whispers that there was a direct attempt by specific members, and I got the names of the members of the board that were in the process of trying to get rid of Mr. Husbands. And from what he has said there, you can tell is a person that A, loves his job, loves the people that he works with. Yeah, he didn't mention that he had any medical issue, any kind of thing like that, and that is why he's taking retirement or whatever it is. Yeah, but now you're seeing that a person who loves their job to write that kind of letter to the staff, yeah, showing that, hey, I like working with you all. We've achieved a lot. We've faced many challenges. Yeah. Remember when the rain systems and all these things, these people have to face it. So after all of that, after all of that, now you're hearing he resigned. And I'm telling you, for the past few months I've been hearing it. I just didn't come and say anything much in relation to that. Because I was hearing who wanted him gone on the board of directors. I was hearing who wanted him gone and who were the people trying to say, no, let's keep him on because he's a very capable and he's a very competent individual. Let's keep him on. But I was hearing it. So again, this comes as no surprise. It's just what they call it. They call it rebalancing. There's a word that they use for it. Yeah, rebalancing or some sort of thing that they call it. Somebody in the messages hit me up what they call it again. Yeah, one of the names that they use for it is the rebalancing and so on. Because it seems as though as long as they are in the dark about your political stance or that they are not sure on you being a supporter of theirs, that these individuals find that you mustn't work in the state of Grenada. So in the same way that I am absolutely suspicious because I heard all the talk in relation to the Commissioner of Police who has left, Mr. Martin, Edwin Martin leaving, in the same way that I hear before he announced that he was retiring and going, before that even happened. Yeah, you were hearing the talk about they don't want him, they're trying to get rid of him, all of that. And now you're hearing it, and caller, you'll have to call back. Yeah. And even though you were hearing that, right? Even though you were hearing that, you knew that this was coming. You knew that this was coming. Well, I feel I don't know the kind of things that take place in NOWASA and the kind of things that were said about the manager and so. Yes, realignment. Thank you so very much. And restorative. Yes, realignment and restorative justice. That's what they're calling it. That's what they're calling it. Realignment and restorative justice. So that's what they're doing. But it seems as though as long as you are known to be a supporter of the New National Party or are perceived to be, in other words, you don't have to be a supporter, but you just are perceived to be a supporter of the New National Party, it seems as though you don't have a right to work in this country. Or you shouldn't be heading up anything in this country. So whether it's Queen Show, the police force, or NOWASA, as long as you are supporting or considered to be supportive of a particular political party, they have a problem. As long as you are supportive of the new national party, they seem to have a problem with that. Yeah? They seem to have a problem with that. And I'm not saying Mr. Christopher Husbands was a supporter of the new. I never know him. I never see the man in a rally. I never talk politics with the man. Even when I was in government, every single time I've spoken to that gentleman was in relation to something Nawasa related. I don't know who the man support. I don't know if this man ever support a political party. I wonder if the man even vote. I don't even know if he named probably on the voters list. Yeah, I don't know if his name is even on the voters list. Because this is a gentleman that I know has been doing a job and doing an excellent job at that. Yes, Nawasa has challenges. But once it's explained and you understand where things are coming from, you understand how some of those challenges are. For instance, people make the statement, well, we have a lot of rain. So when we have a lot of rain, why we don't have water? When we have a lot of rain, the reason you don't have water is because the dams, they are clogged. You have a lot of the trees and so on come down, they go into the dams, they clog the dams, they dirty up the water that's in the dams, and it takes the Nawasa team a little while to clean them and for the water to settle for them to be able to give you a proper water supply. Some people say, well, we're getting dirty water. Now, if they're fixing the pipelines in a particular area, which means that they have cut the pipes, they're cleaning the pipes and they're doing different things, some of the water that's running through there will be of a particular consistency and color for a while until it starts to clear up again. So there are different things that happen. Yeah? But you can't blame the manager for that. Yeah? You cannot blame the manager for that. That's just how the things are. I understand those things. But I am telling you, in the same way that they don't want anybody they consider to be not supportive of them in the Queen Show, is the same way that they don't want anybody that they believe is not supportive of them or they don't know that is involved politically and fully supportive of them in charge of anything. So could be Nawasa, it could be Queen Show, it could be the police force, it could be any, watch, it could be a swordfish shop out on Isla Run. As long as you are a supporter of the new national party, as far as these people are concerned, you should not be employed. Yeah? Go and find something else to do or leave the country. That's the attitude. That's the attitude of these individuals. Yeah? So I just thought I would say that part. But definitely I've seen the release, and the impression I get from that release is that this is a person who loves their job. And I can't see a reason that a person who loves their job and loves the people that they work with in that sense would be willing to just walk away from it just so. There has to be some fundamental issues that are causing that person to want to leave, that are causing that person to, they might just decide, listen, time for me to take sick leave. Yeah, I get sicker here and time to leave. Had to be something like that. Because I don't see a person just going like that. All right? 440-7377. That's 440-7377. Yes, I'll open back the phone lines right now. 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and, yeah.
It's not about who you are or what color you wear. It's about saving this beautiful country. Now give me!
Also, why are people within the NDC so upset that I put that information out earlier this week? They seem to have an issue with me talking about this particular issue, the tax issue. I mean, you're talking about over $2 million here, right? Yeah, you're talking about $2 million. What's that? Just in relation to stamp tax, and of course, there's the other one. That's the stamp tax, and you also have the issue of the. Let me see if I can find it here. You have the stamp tax, and you have the corporate income tax. So why they want to upset with me? It's not me. It's not me that do that, you know. Miss me, Papa. Yeah, my name easy to call. But why are they upset? Yeah, why are they upset about the fact that I've put that out? Anyway, we have a call online. Good night.
Sheldon, good night. Good night today, members of the Talking Point family, New National Party, NMPI. All right. And all other listeners, because we know we also have NDCIs listening to this program tonight.
Every
and
night.
The undecided voters who never voted in an election. I want to, based on the letter that you just read about Mr. Husband, I'm very, very much taken aback and feel very sad. It's a sad day. A sad day has dawned upon our country. We saw today Mr. Rashi did the gospel tongue there and whatever it is. And it's a means of bringing back hope, but somehow there are certain sections just fighting very hard to ensure that the people remain in a sort of a gloom and doom and to cast its shadow over the country. And it's very, very bad. It sets a bad precedent. These people are not politicians, first and foremost. And their behavior is very unbecoming. I'm not. I don't know why they don't just remove themselves, just resign from the post that they're in. If they're not happy in what they're in.
Well, we'd have loved to see, according to one of the listeners who has posted it, we'd have loved to see that resignation letter from the PM, but then we ain't that lucky. That is the one we wanted to see a resignation letter from.
Every one of them, to me, every one of them, the Grenada, as Nia Murphy said, to her people in Barbados, would you like to wake up the next day and know that you have elected the wrong government into power? And we see it come home to roost right here in Grenada. This is so sad in the political life of a country going to celebrate 50 years of a 50th anniversary of independence. We have not grown. These people show that is showing the world that we have not grown politically, because these actions that they are taking are resonating. It's going all over. It's going far and wide. Persons are looking on. They're listening eagerly. They're looking with very keen eyes, because the motto, the slogan was "Give them a chance." Everybody was "Give them a chance." They're young. They're this, they're that. They want to get there, but we are seeing a total difference of what they campaigned about, what the campaign tone was, about giving them a chance, and they were going to do the difference, and they want to do things a different way. Well, they're really doing things a different way, but it is not for the people. And when you select a government or elect a government, it should be for the people, by the people, and they are answerable to the people. And it seems that they're taking it that the people are answerable to them. So let's see how far they're going to fare with such an ideology. I'm not sure who their advisors are, if they do have advisors. But if I were the advisor, I would fire the advisor and the advisees, because to me, none make any sense.
But you have to fire the person that hired the advisor as well, huh? So you have to fire the advisor and fire the person that hired the advisor.
Captain, cook, and bottle washers all need to be fired. We really want back the old driver. If you have that song tonight, please play that one.
Well, I've got it, man.
Thank you very much.
All right, my brother.
Mr. Husband, you have made Grenada proud. You have done a noble job in your position as general manager of NAWASA.
An excellent job. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, an excellent job. Excellent. Everything he scorecard marks excellent. So we are looking forward to your leadership in any form that you can say now. They have singled you out. I would come out boldly and show them, you know what, if that's what you want, well, let's see how they play in the cards. Let's show them how we play the cards, Mm-hmm. We don't play games. We have no jokers in the new National Party. We're a party of vision, and we're a party that is focused, and we're moving forward. We are the one moving forward. As the motto says, keep moving.
You see, but you understand, when they said moving forward, they meant themselves and not the country.
Exactly.
That's what I was speaking about. They're moving forward from country to country.
That report is clear to show that we had a country really moving forward already.
Mm-hmm.
So what they do now, they is just to put, nails in the coffin.
Mm-hmm.
Bye-bye, NDC. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. 1 year. Bye-bye. Have a good night.
All right, my brother.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, you know what? Let me pull a tune for them. Yeah, after 1 year, let me pull a tune for them. Yeah. And you know, let me tell you all something. You all know, if you have a statutory body, such as, for instance, you have the National Stadium is a statutory body, the National Lottery Authority is a statutory body, the NIS is a statutory body. So it is government but not government, right? So it's a statutory body. It's in that space between government and private sector there. Now, if you have that, and a statutory body has a board of directors and they're having a meeting, if they're having a meeting, the manager is supposed to be attending those meetings, because generally your manager is also an ex officio member in some instances, or some cases a direct member of your board of directors. So the NIS cannot be having a board meeting and not invite the manager of the NIS. The only time that the manager of the NIS is excused from attending that meeting is if it is a personal matter to be discussed involving the manager. And as such, it would be wrong for the manager to be in that meeting. So either the manager recuse themselves or they are excused from that meeting, right? So I'm wondering, how come the NOWASA board of directors could have been having meetings and not inviting the manager and NOWASA? All you understand, all this kind of thing that was taking place when you wanted to send the same Mr. Husbands, yeah, and Nolan Cox brother. You wanted to send them, yes, Nolan Cox has a brother that works NOWASA in a senior position as well. When all you wanted to send two of them on vacation, forcing them to go on vacation, all kind of thing. All you think we know about them kind of thing there? Yeah, right, yeah. Okay, At steady and feel we don't know. Yeah? But that is what has been taking place with the what they call it again? Yes, the rebalancing, yeah, and the restorative justice, as they call it. Rebalancing and restorative justice and all this sort of nonsense that they keep speaking, which is basically they're operating like Hutu and Tutsis in Rwanda. That's how they're operating. Like what was taking place in there in the 1990s. Because I mean, it's like you're not supposed to have a job. You're not supposed to be employed. And you know, they have people that are openly saying this on radio and on social media and applauding each time one of these people resigns or is fired or loses their job or so. Be it Queen Show, be it Police Force, now be it Mr. Husbands. They have their cheerleaders that are telling them, fire all of them, get rid of all of them. This one, I feel that one is an NNP because I never see them in an NDC rally and I never see them coming in an NDC function or so on. So get rid of them. Because as I said, I've been around the NNP for the last 23 years. I have never seen Mr. Husbands at a single NNP activity. I don't know the man. I've spoken with the man over many years. I've never once had a political conversation with the individual. We talk about all different kind of things, including NOWASA. Most of the times it's about some issue with NOWASA and so on. Never have I had a political conversation with the individual. I don't know the man to be anybody with any kind of political leaning. But yet still, yeah, you're having meetings. Sorry if you didn't know, you're having meetings. And leaving the man out all kind of... Nah, man, come on. All you have to know better than that. All you have to know that we go know that. All right? Nice. 4407-377. And yeah, as I was saying earlier, I think some of them, why are they afraid that we talking about the taxes? Because I mean, they just want to ask people questions. We can ask questions. So if we say that the minister presently owes through his company over $400,000 in tax, that's inclusive of the principal amounts, the arrears and the penalties and everything. And the minister could save himself because what is involved here, and I know they don't like to hear it, and I know that they're listening, so that's why I've come back and circled back to that tonight again, because I know they don't like to hear it. Yeah? Now, the minister has a loan at the GDB, and that loan is in danger if this isn't paid off by the end of the year. At least if in this case, yeah, in this case, the $156,911.78, if that part is paid, then he can save himself the other two portions, the penalties and interest. That's according to what has been put in place. Yeah? And then outside of that, you still have the situation where there is also outside of the stamp tax. You're also talking about the corporate income tax, where he has to pay by December 31st $410,269.58. And then that would save him having to pay the nearly $1 million in interest and the nearly $500,000 in penalties. That would save him paying that. Yeah? Other than that, by the end of the year, and it wouldn't be $1,881,262.53. By the end of the year, it's going to be way past there. By the end of the year, you're speaking about that in the context of additional interest being added to all of that. Yeah? So by the end of the year, the figure will be totally different. And then there's also the issue of if VAT has been paid. Now, if VAT has been collected and VAT has not been paid, then you have a big issue there again. Has VAT been paid? Be careful how you all answer that question. That is all I'm going to say to them on that one for now. Be very careful how you all answer that one. Has VAT been paid? Nice, good. Like to ask who pay. Has VAT been paid? The VAT that has been collected at those different outlets. Yeah. Has that been the proper process taken place, and has that been remitted to the government of Grenada? Right. So we could ask those questions. Nice. Good. 440-7377. Let's go to the phone line. Hello. Good night.
Hello.
Hi. Good night.
Hey, good night, Brother Sheldon.
Hey. Good night, sir.
How are everything?
I'm quite fine. Go right ahead.
Hey, Brother Sheldon, the previous government was doing a farm road in Point. And the farm road started and reached a good way. And in come this government. And Brother Sheldon, we take a look at that road. Brother Sheldon, the material, the sand, the gravels, they in the center of the road. And Brother Sheldon, when the rain fell, all the gravels washing out going people's yard. The shed, the burgeoning shed. So that farm road is stopping. And when I say that to say, in Point, there's young men that are doing farming. And because when you're doing farming, Brother Sheldon, and then you plant the thing in your garden, and if you have a proper road to bring your produce, some of the produce could stay and spoil in the garden. So the government, the federal government see that the farmers need a proper road, and they started a proper and a good farm road for the farmers. And in comes the government, and they just stop the work. I tell Brother Sheldon, the gravels in the road, as people complaining that the gravels, when they fall, washing and coming in the yard. A lot of the people complain about that. Right? Even the shed, everything that was there, they go with it. So when you check the NDC government, they don't care about farmers. They don't care about farmers. They still care, but they don't care. But when you check the track record of NMP, Brother Sheldon, the amount of farm road that they constructed in different parishes. Because when you construct farm road, it becomes easier for the farmers to bring down the produce to sell. Right? So in this is in a position they talk about farmers, agriculture so much. But when they come to government, they turn it back on the farmers. Not only farmers, even the young people, everybody that they say farmers to go do something for, they turn it back on them totally. The youth seeking guidance, the youth will need assistance, but nothing for the youth. Because one of the things that you could go and get a small loan in the Greater Development Bank. Some of them want to do fishing, some of them want to do other things, they can get a small loan, but nothing for them. So the youth are frustrated, and I believe that is one of the reasons why a lot of things are going on in the country that is not right. Because when a man is frustrated and he vexed, really, he don't think and we just react with the frustration. So I'm calling upon the government, do something, put something in place for the young people. And not only young people, the senior citizens, because everybody balling out. They're balling out. The people need help. And they need help quickly. Because right now, the country is a standstill. Construction gone down. Everything gone down. Everything gone down. And Brother Sheldon, I call upon the government to do something. Do something for the young people. Do something for the farmers. Brother Sheldon, have a bless.
All right. Thank you. 4407377 and 347-329-3101. Now, yeah, so I don't know, they don't want me to talk about them thing. They define that we shouldn't talk about that. That we shouldn't say anything about that. So, okay, let me rest that one aside. Let's talk about the VAT, eh? All right. Is the VAT being paid? Has the VAT been paid? Has VAT been collected? And is VAT being paid? That is all outside of corporative income tax and outside of, outside all of that, nice, stamp tax and so, want to know, has VAT been paid? Right? 44073. Fat man, what you seen? Ron, good night to you. And Pastor Casimir, good night to you as well. Yeah. 4407377 and 347-329-3101. Now, folks, I've also been receiving some very troubling information about what has been taking place through some of the constituency offices and the bushing program. In at least so far 3 constituencies, people from the constituencies have called, they have named the individuals who are employed at the constituency office. In one case, multiple people in the St. George's area. In one particular constituency office, multiple people have contracts. The bushing contracts, that is. And remember, you're not speaking about a case where they have 10 or 20 contracts, or how much contracts going on is how much weeks and so on. I think in this case, they only have two set of contracts or whatever it is. I don't think they have more than that. And even with just that little bit, which means that the number of contractors out there who usually would get a fortnight. So they would get a fortnight to get the people together and they handle and so on. So the amount of contractors out there, they will not be able to get contracts as before. As when you had 10 or you had 15 contracts or you have 8 weeks of contracts or whatever it is. How the new National Party did it. Different contractors could get. Now you have a limited number of contractors that would be able to get, because they've limited the number. They've limited the number of gangs. Would prefer to use another word, but the bushing gangs that are working per constituency, they've reduced the number, and they've reduced the number of contracts in total. In other words, the number of weeks that they're going to be giving under this. And even with that, with less to share, they're still grabbing it for themselves. How could you be in the constituent? Don't feel I don't know the names. I have the names written down right here. So don't feel we don't know. Because in at least 3 constituencies, one in St. Andrew, and at least 2 in St. George, that you have people who are employed in the constituency office. In other words, they have a salary coming in on a fortnightly basis already. But they still want to take now from somebody that don't have nothing. They're still taking the contract that somebody who don't have nothing. Is Simada good for them? Yeah, Simada good for all you. Gummy mummy. Yeah, she that good for all you. Because how could you refuse to give somebody who don't have nothing, but somebody who have? You're just piling on more on top what they have. Piling up more. Good night to you, Joyce. You're just reaching in. Good night to you. How could you be piling up more on the people that have already? So they have a job. They have a paycheck coming in every fortnight. Some of the people who depend on these contracts have nothing coming in. And instead of you go and look in the communities and say, well, okay, these are the people that need. Even, and I'm not saying here, even some of the people who not getting the contract is NDC supporters too, you know. So you think it's some of the same people that vote for them, that don't have nothing coming in. They still refuse to give them a contract. But don't talk for the NNPites, because as we said, restorative justice and realignment. So we know what's going on. So the NNP supporters out there who known to be NNP supporters or perceived to be NNP supporters could forget about it. Yeah? But meanwhile, they're not only giving their people, you know, they're giving their people who have already. So they have a job working in none other than the constituency office. and yet still they have contracts. And that's supposed to be right. That is the realignment and the restorative justice that they're talking about. Yeah? In my view, it's just hypocrisy. You accuse NNP all kind of thing. And now this is what they are doing. And to their supporters out there who unthinkingly just support because it's NDC. Don't talk about us. What are you talking and say? Don't say nothing about us. So we're supposed to stay and leave it like that. They are the ones that talk about moving forward, but the only people that seem to be moving forward are the higher echelons within the organization and those who are close to them. So they jump in plane like it's Granan's bus. Every minute they're gone. And I ain't talking about the Granan's bus that go in and park up on the terminal. No. They jump in plane like it's a Pong Road bus. Yeah, it ain't sticking around long. The one that is going to park up on the terminal, they'll stay a little while. They'll go by Kami and buy a bottle of water. Them kind of thing. Not them I'm talking about. I'm talking about them Pong Road bus. They jump in plane like if it's a Granan's Pong Road bus. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Like a yo-yo. They're spending more time in the air than air hostesses. This government. So the only moving forward is them moving forward with filling up their passport, a stamp. And when they go, they're going to these galas and these different political things. They're leaving the country. They're going to these things to get money for their political organization. In other words, again, for themselves and in their mind, to hell with the rest of the country. Because they're not coming back and say, well, okay, we've secured $8 million under this project for Grenada. Or we've secured this money so that we could fix this road in St. John. Or that we can do an addition to the school somewhere in St. John or wherever. They're not coming back with that kind of thing. They're going and all they're coming back with is smiles and memories. Photos. To the point now where the Prime Minister traveling with a photographer when he go. Because Facebook is important. Not coming back with money for the country, you know. Spend money. Take photographers. Take secretaries. Press secretary. You ain't something about press secretary there anyway. Let me just remember I tell all you ain't something about press secretary. Yeah, I know. He ain't something. Anyhow. But jump in plane. Yeah? Making sure their bank account fat. So GDB became the NDC bank. So that ministers run inside there. If you want to do house, go thing, you want to do whatever, ministers run inside there. If we hadn't even started speaking about it, by now more of them would have go inside GDB and finish clean it out. Meanwhile, people trying to get scholarship for the children to go and get a first degree. Or people that want to go and get a master's degree and they can't get the loan because, not because they do not qualify, but because GDB has no money. Yeah? And in the mind of some of the NDC supporters out there, that is okay. It's we time. Yeah? It's realignment and rebalancing time. So it's okay. Yeah? That's the kind of nonsense. Look, right now, we have your situation in Vendome at the health center up there where you have bat flying inside there. Minister Ron, you ain't know about that. You're talking all kind of nonsense about crime that you don't know about. Take some time, please, Minister Ron Redhead. Yeah, I know all they was dropping out fridge and thing today from the goods that was finally cleared from the port because they take months before they clear anything from the port. So the goods that was finally cleared from the port, realize you all get one or two fridge and things, so you're dropping out a look of fridge in them. Yeah, that is good. Nice. We like to see that. Yeah? Grenadians overseas help. They send down fridge. They send down different thing. That being dropped out with some other stuff to some of the health centers, and so we glad. Yeah? Let's hope next time to get some of those stuff off of the port doesn't take nearly 6 months. Let's hope. Yeah? Because things could have been spoiling there and all sort of thing. So I heard Minister Lacrette say they get 5 containers, all kind of thing. And finally, I think the container that's been sitting there, I'm waiting on confirmation on that one, that it's now off of the port. But Mr. Ron Redhead, take the time. Because I know, I can tell you, the patients who use the facility tell me, because some of them are afraid, because bat droppings is not an easy thing to deal with. So I can imagine what the staff probably going through inside there. Yeah? So make sure, Papa, that you take some time and you go to the Vendome the Vendome facility there, nice. Go up there and make sure that the bat problem, if you could call A1 Pest Control. Yeah, right, yeah. You could call them, they just deal with bat, cockroach, everything does move out. Yeah, check A1 Pest Control, right? I don't know how you call them because I don't have the number, but I will get it, don't worry. Yeah, call A1 Pest Control. At least call them. Call Devon Romain. Call anybody, but get rid of the bat problem inside there. Because remember, bat droppings are very dangerous. You can't have bat flying about inside the health center. Oh, come on, man. What kind of stupidness you doing there, man? Come now, man. Represent the people properly now, man. Go up there and check the thing. Or listen in fridge and thing, and you still have problem windowing, closing, proper bat going inside there and nest in the night. All kind of thing. Mess on all over the place. All kind of thing. The patients and them going there complaining about that. The people of the community are the ones that are telling me this, And it also means that you have not been around the people of the community. Because if you had been around the people of the community, it wouldn't reach to the stage that I had to be the one to tell you. I know you just listen on a nightly basis, and if you ain't listening, somebody don't call you and tell you tune in now. If you had been going in the community, and I'm not giving you advice, I'm just showing you where you're not going in the community. Had you been going in the community, you would have known that this problem existed. A problem, listen, had you been going in the community, you would know that the phone in the Vendome community, the Vendome Health Center has not been working for the last few months. So that when people have to find out from the nurse and them when they have their appointment, or they have to go down there to find out when they have to come back there. Or they have to get somebody to pass there to find out, to give them that kind of information. That is what is taking place when it comes to that facility. Months, the phone ain't working. And you wouldn't know because you don't care because you're too busy jumping plane and selling people van. Can't sue me on that, Still waiting for the joint statement, brother. Still waiting for the joint statement in relation to that particular issue. But the people of the community are concerned. They are the ones telling me this. They are the ones that are complaining about this. That they have to leave and go up there. There's no phone working there. So they have to leave and go up there to try and find out. So, hey, we want to do this. And when we could come, when is this taking place? When is doctor going to be there? They can't call and find out in 2023. They're operating like if we're back in 1910. They have to walk and go up there to find out. Or walk and come down there to find out. Yeah, and that is unfair to those people. Just thought I would raise that one. Nice? Good. Nice. A good friend of mine sent the A1 Pest Control ad to me, Boss, I do the A1 Pest Control ad. It's my voice that did that. I did that ad back about 20 years ago.
Remember we tradition.
But just for reference, you can call him on 405-5047. 405-5047. You could call him on that number. Yeah, and the 444-1136. Yeah, you could call him on, but you could get them directly right on 405-5047.
We breaking all rules.
A1 Pest Control, you have to pay me for that one. We have a caller online. Hello, good night. Caller, you're live. Go right ahead. Hello. Oh boy, they're not paying attention to the phone line. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
The
Oh boy, yeah, that caller isn't paying attention to the phone. You call, you had to give me a call. And here now, I was listening to Minister Lacrette. What time is it? Yeah, it's about 9 o'clock. Let's listen to Minister Lacrette. Yeah, but let's hear what Minister Lacrette was saying. Okay, we'll take the call first and then we will go to Minister Lacrette. Hello, good night. Yes, good night, caller. Hi, good night. Hello. Okay, that caller is calling. And no, it's not. They're not doing anything out of spite or anything like that. Caller, when you call, listen, put the phone to your head. I realize the phone isn't even up to your head. Like you had the phone in your hand and you're not paying attention. So you've gotten through twice, and we're hearing everything in the background, and we're not hearing you because you're not paying. Before I answer, I'm going to say it so because I know you're listening on the thing. So I'm going to give it 2 minutes for you to hear what I'm saying. You're calling, you're getting through, but you're not using the phone. Yeah, and you would need to lower the volume before I answer. You're going to need to lower the volume on whatever is in the background when you call. Yeah? So let me say that. It's going to take about 30 seconds to 1 minute for that bit of information to get to them. When you call, you're going to have to, one, lower the volume of whatever is in the background because it's very loud. I don't know if it's the computer or the TV or whatever you're listening on. And secondly, speak to us on the phone line. You may, because of what you're doing there, I have the feeling that you may try to speak to us, talk into the phone, but listen for the response on the radio. No, it wouldn't work like that. We're using the internet here. And if we try that, you won't be able to have the conversation. I'll have to discontinue it because what you're hearing on the radio now is fully, according to when the person has tuned in, might be as long as 30 to 45 seconds, even as long as a minute after I've said it that you're hearing it. All right? We have a call online. Good night.
Good night.
Yeah, well, I know it wasn't you that was doing that, but go right ahead.
Yes, Alan. I have to say, it's a sad state for Grenada with Mr. Husband resigning. We know how Nawasa was before, and Mr. Husband take Nawasa from where it was to where it is now. I could understand it. They're putting pressure on him. I know they both putting pressure on him.
Wait, don't even invite him to board meeting?
Right? Yeah, pressure on him so that he could leave. Deacon think Grenada is his and his regiment, and they go rich. Give Deacon and them the chance. But I know they go rich. One day Congo too.
Mm-hmm. All right, my dear. Thank you. 4407377. That's the number for you to call and get on the inside. Let me just give a minute or two to see if I can connect with that caller that was attempting to call. It may be the first time that they're calling, so I don't. That's why some people say, but you have patience. No. Sometimes it's the first time a person calling, so they don't know the proper protocol in relation to calling. So it may be the first time that they're calling a program. So just remember when you're calling, put the phone up, listen to the phone. You'll hear me say hello and that you're live, and then we can continue the conversation from there. So let me try the phone line again. Hello, good night.
Good night, Sheldon.
Right, perfect. All right, go right ahead. You're live.
Yeah, the name of the plane is a pirate plane, eh? Because I used to run my car pirate taxi when I came from Trinidad. You laugh at
I like that one. You like that one? I like that one. That one come on.
I want to hear it, eh?
Okay, my dear.
I want to hear it on the TV.
Well, you will hear. Once you go back and you listen, you will hear what you were just talking. All right?
Yeah.
Okay, my brother. Thank you so very much. Okay. Yes, and I'm getting other information here. Still an issue in relation to we're not supposed to be having an issue now in relation to medication. We are not. The minister, folks, bear me out here. And we're going to hold on the calls for a short. Okay, let me try and take the call. Hello, good night.
Hello, good night.
Hi, night.
Helen,
Yes, ma'am.
you see us how the revolution show over Uncle Berry?
Mm-hmm.
And when they was talking to Bishop, when they tell Bishop he enemy footstep,
Mm-hmm.
Kawinda Square tell him that, Eugenia Chell tell him that, and they tell her hush him out, which he, and study she 10 chicken behind her. That is just what Deacon Boys and them going to do him. But I'm going to sorry for we people in Grenada. I don't want it to happen, but that's what they're looking for. Where they go and wake up the man in his dead grave and saying that Bishop Bishop, we want back Bishop and Bishop. I think let them go ahead still and interfere with Bishop and invoke the dead. They will know what God is serving. Yeah.
All right, my dear. Thank you so very much.
Okay.
Hopefully the prayers this evening have helped with that.
Yeah.
Yes, hopefully it has helped with that. I thank you so very much for your input.
Welcome.
All right, thank you. All right, and I want to go, I want to play something, but I want to make sure it's the right one that I have. Yes, I think this is the right one that I have. I want to play something from Parliament this week for you, and I want you all to listen very carefully. Again, I would like you all to listen very carefully to what is being said by the Honorable Minister of Health in relation to medication and so on. So let's hear what he had to say.
Indulge me just one more minute, please. Thank you. Sure, go ahead. I forgot to mention that maybe about a month ago, there was a hullabaloo about the absence of pharmaceuticals at the General Hospital, and I must address it, because it is a sore point, I know, for Grenadians, especially if you fall sick. You want to ensure that when you are rushed to the General Hospital, the necessary medication that you need is there, and that the hospital is not deficient of the pharmaceutical remedies that must be present in order to be able to remedy your ailment or your sickness. I'm not going to go through the 9 yards of cloth as it relates to what OECS countries face with our regional pharmaceutical procurement agency, OECS PPS. I believe that it's going to take too much time to explain the process and what happens when you don't have the bulk procurement taking place. Sometimes it's a Peter pay for Paul and Paul pay for all situation where OECS PPS is concerned. They are working diligently from an OECS level to ensure that that is rectified, so that even if, as a sovereign state, you've paid all of your invoices, that you are able to receive your quota of requests. Because sometimes, for example, Mr. Deputy President, since February of this year, 2023, we placed a bulk procurement order to OECS PPS. We just received it end of June, early July. And that is simply because we paid all our invoices. I made that quite clear last Senate sitting. But because other countries were not paying into the procurement pool, the OECS PPS was not able to make the bulk procurement for all 11 OECS countries at a particular point in time because the finance was not there. And as a result, as a prudent ministry or prudent administrators and policymakers at the ministry, we decided to engage our local pharmaceutical distributors here on island so that we can acquire buffers from them in order to be able to stabilize the pharmaceutical shortage that we were having at that particular point in time. I did mention last Senate sitting, however, that we did receive some orders of pharmaceutical. It wasn't a shipment that came in. It was the orders that we made from our local pharmaceutical distributors here on island, and as a result, they were happy to do so. And I can report now that the OECS PPS shipment is on island about 2.5 weeks ago. So we cleared it, ensured that the pharmaceuticals were distributed to our various medical stations, as well as our 4 major hospitals. And also the back orders before February 2023, we have also been receiving those. So we will be fully stocked for the carnival season and beyond. Additionally, we have 5 containers currently on port with non-medical stuff that Grenadians in the diaspora, so from beds to wheelchairs, I mean, you just name it, nebulizers, etc., that Grenadians in the diaspora have donated. The majority of them new, some are not so new, and that's why we need a donation policy. So we're extremely pleased to report to the nation that we will be fully stocked for the carnival season and beyond. And we have put a contingency plan in place as it relates to the procurement of pharmaceutical, a plan B and a plan C, just in case we run into the same problem again with OECS PPS and the request for procurement. Thank you, sir.
All right. So first of all, let me just correct one thing, because I keep saying Vendome, and it's New Hampshire. Yeah, you know me already, I just mix up them place. Yeah, between Willis, New Hampshire, and Vendome, I just mix them up. So the health center is in New Hampshire, not in Vendome. New Hampshire. Vendome is over by Talpri side with the job and them kind of thing, right? Yeah, so New Hampshire. So please, check the New Hampshire. Minister, run redhead. Yeah, that should be no excuse to say that I said Vendome earlier. Go and check it. Yeah, the health center in New Hampshire. Nice, please. Make sure you go. Right, sort it out. Call A1 Pest Control. We give you the number just now. Yeah, and I remember it's 444-1136. And there was the other number. Let me get it for you. Yeah, we're giving the minister the number tonight. Or you could call Devon Romain. All you know, all your iPhone tap. So all you know how to find him. Right. So let me just make sure and give you back that number there. Right, for A1 Pest Control, the mobile one, 405-5047, or they're located on H.A. Blaze Street. You could go and check them, or you could call Devon Romain. Nice, he does pest control as well. He go, I think he can handle them better than them for you. Now, folks, I've just played something for you. I know the volume was a bit low. I couldn't help that on the live end. On the other end, I can play it again for you all directly through the system here, and you all can hear it clearly. But I wanted to make the point here. And let me just take this call before I make that point. We have a caller. Hello, good night.
Yeah, Senator Scott.
Yes, sir.
It's Canada here.
Yes, sir.
We could barely hear what the minister was saying. Why?
Yeah, I'm gonna play it again for you now. I'm gonna play it, because it's very important for you all to hear.
Yeah, because we are on the table. We could barely hear what he's saying, you know?
Yeah. And I pulled the volume, I actually pulled the volume right up in the program, and you couldn't hear it on your end. So I'll play it again for you all now. Okay, no problem, brother. So I'll do that right now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to play it. Yeah, I'm going to play it through the other system. I'm going to play it for you all and make sure that you all can hear it now. Right? Nice.
Yeah, go ahead. I forgot to mention that maybe about a month ago, there was a hullabaloo about the absence of pharmaceuticals at the General Hospital, and I must address it, because it is a sore point, I know, for Grenadians, especially if you fall sick. You want to ensure that when you are rushed to the General Hospital, the necessary medication that you need is there, and that the hospital is not deficient of the pharmaceutical remedies that must be present in order to be able to remedy your ailment or your sickness. I'm not going to go through the 9 yards of cloth as it relates to what OECS countries face with our regional pharmaceutical procurement agency, OECS PPS. I believe that it's going to take too much time to explain the process and what happens when you don't have the bulk procurement taking place. Sometimes it's a Peter pay for Paul and Paul pay for all situation where OECS PPS is concerned. They are working diligently from an OECS level to ensure that that is rectified, so that even if, as a sovereign state, you've paid all of your invoices, that you are able to receive your quota of request. Because sometimes, for example, Mr. Deputy President, since February of this year, 2023, we placed a bulk procurement order to OECS PPS. We just received it end of June, early July. And that is simply because we paid all our invoices. I made that quite clear last Senate sitting. But because other countries were not paying into the procurement pool, the OECS PPS was not able to make the bulk procurement for all 11 OECS countries at the particular point in time because the finance was not there. And as a result, as a prudent ministry, or prudent administrators and policymakers at the ministry, we decided to engage our local pharmaceutical distributors here on island so that we can acquire buffers from them in order to be able to stabilize the pharmaceutical shortage that we were having at that particular point in time. I did mention last Senate sitting, however, that we did receive some orders of pharmaceutical. It wasn't a shipment that came in. It was the orders that we made from our local pharmaceutical distributors here on island, and as a result, they were happy to do so. And I can report now that the OECS PPS shipment is on island about 2.5 weeks ago. So we cleared it, ensured that the pharmaceuticals were distributed to our various medical stations, as well as our 4 major hospitals. And also the back orders before February 2023, we have also been receiving those. So we will be fully stocked for the carnival season and beyond. Additionally, we have 5 containers currently on port with non-medical stuff that Grenadians in the diaspora, so from beds to wheelchairs, I mean, you just name it, nebulizers, etc., that Grenadians in the diaspora have donated. The majority of them new, some are not so new, and that's why we need a donation policy. So we're extremely pleased to report to the nation that we will be fully stocked for the carnival season and beyond. And we have put a contingency plan in place as it relates to the procurement of pharmaceutical, a plan B and a plan C, just in case we run into the same problem again with OECS PPS and the request for procurement. Thank you, sir.
All right, so I think you all have heard it properly now. And I think that the minister has left me with more questions. One of them is, I thought the problem initially was supposed to be that the New National Party didn't pay the bills. Now he's changed the story, you know. The story has now changed to the OECS pharmaceutical fund, that they did not place the order because other countries didn't pay. The OECS pharmaceutical funds runs in this way. Different countries paying to the fund, they take the money together and they buy the pharmaceuticals and send it into the different countries, right? They buy in bulk. If you buy in bulk, each person gets it at a lower cost, so you save money. That's the reason they have a pharmaceutical fund, right? What the minister is claiming now, because remember, we heard Minister Cornwall, we heard Minister Teleswat. In fact, Minister Teleswat denied that there was listen to Minister Teleswat, remember? Minister Teleswat denied that there was a problem to begin with, you know. Now we're hearing Mr. Lacret agreeing that there is a problem, that there has been a problem, that they get the medication. Now remember, the last time he was in Parliament, he told us he get medication too, you know. Yeah, the last time he was there. Let me play last time he was there. I'm going to play it for you. Yeah.
Madam President, pharmaceutical companies...
This is the last time he was there.
...drive the global economy. In 2022 alone, the global pharmaceutical industry, it was a $1.48 trillion industry. Huge, massive amount of money. They also drive the medical process as it relates to research and development, and in some regards, bettering the quality of life for all peoples across the entire globe. With that being said, upon assuming office in 2022 last year, we recognized that there was a backlog of invoices that we had as it relates to honoring our commitment to OECS PPS, that's our regional pharmaceutical procurement process. And as a result of that, we moved speedily to ensure that these backlogs of invoices were taken care of in a timely manner. I would like to report to the nation that to date, we do not have any of these invoices that we are owing to. And as a result of that, the procurement of the pharmaceutical process moving forward should be much smoother. Yeah. Over the past 11 months, we have done our best to ensure that we cleared our bill with OECS PPS so that we can have access to the pharmaceuticals that we so desire here at our main tertiary medical institution on island, and also some of our subsidiary institutions as well. You must understand also, Madam President, that whenever you have a backlog of invoices, especially with these kind of regional bodies, they don't honor your requests for pharmaceuticals, regardless of how dire your situation is. As a result of that, my team and I, we moved speedily to ensure that we engaged pharmaceutical distributors here on island, as well as pharmacies, to ensure that in the event we have another incident like that happening, our local pharmacies and wholesale distributors can assist us in ensuring that the gap is filled with the pharmaceuticals that we need until. Yes. So at this particular point in time, we did receive a stock of pharmaceuticals last week, I believe, and we have since distributed that to our general hospital and also subsidiary institutions. And we trust that things are going to be much smoother moving forward.
No. So back then, when he spoke in Parliament at that point in time, it was one, that NNP leave a set of invoices there to be paid, right? That was what he was claiming. In other words, the OECS PPS was giving you medication without being paid because we had medication. So it meant that the same OECS PPS that he's speaking about was providing you with medication, and then you could pay your invoices afterwards. Now the story has come to OECS PPS did not buy any medication, and so because Grenada pay but the others didn't pay. In other words, they weren't providing medication for the others unless they pay. And all of a sudden the issue is not that Grenada had owed, but the issue reached now to the point of that the other countries owe. And therefore OECS PPS didn't buy any medication because the other countries had owed. Something is sung right in the whole story. Something is sung right in the whole story. Then, when he spoke before, he said that all the medication was there, they have medication and in the process of distributing to all the places. Now he's saying that the medication they got was medication that they buy from people here. They buy from different pharmacies and so in Grenada, and that they distributed. But we know that while he was saying that, you were still hearing from the General Hospital and other medical facilities around the island that they don't have medication. People who are listening to this program were going to those facilities and being told you had to go and buy. People who are listening to this program now can confirm that they had family members in the hospital and they had to go and find the medication to bring for them. But yet still then, he was saying, and that was a couple weeks ago, well, nearly 2 months ago, that he was saying, we got medication. Last week, the week before even when he talked there. Because remember, before the issue wasn't supposed to be that other countries ain't pay the OECS PPS. The issue was supposed to be that all the NNP didn't pay. Yeah, but whoever is there is who had to pay. So the issue was that the NNP didn't pay, and due to that, they can't have medication. In fact, remember what Mr. Teleswad was saying. In fact, he was the first in line to come and respond to that particular issue, and he was claiming I didn't have no problem, was only 6 different medication. In fact, listen to him.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the matter of shortage of medication at our health facilities has been something that has been plaguing us for some time. Not just now. It seemed to be a recurring decimal. I did speak to the Minister for Health in relation to this particular subject matter, and he informed me, Mr. Speaker, that the Ministry of Health and the Ministry of Finance are struggling to come to terms with bills far back as 2021 and 2022. This, Mr. Speaker, is a huge problem because medical drugs, as the MP for St. Mark would know as a practitioner herself, is very expensive to produce. And it is a costly commodity for the state. But when you're owing millions of dollars to the suppliers of drugs for your country, when you send payment to them, and have to apply to invoices that is running close to 2 years old, you can understand when you try to procure new drugs and you place an order, you do not get what you expect. And so we are coping with this right now. The millions of dollars that is due for drugs as far back as 2021.
So folks, remember, you hear what he's saying, eh? That the reason that you didn't have some drugs is because you didn't pay the suppliers. It's not suppliers, it's supplier. First of all, it's the OECS Pharmaceutical Fund. The government of Grenada, the Ministry of Health here, Dr. Modest, I know you're listening, you'll call me in a while. They make a singular payment. They make a payment to OECS Pharmaceutical Fund and send over their list of what they need to get. Other countries would do the same. So, for instance, if it's Panadol they need, and you realize we need 2 million doses of Panadol, right? It is cheaper for OECS Pharmaceutical Fund to buy it, go ahead and buy it, and then distribute to the other countries than for Grenada to approach the company that produces Panadol, whichever company it is, and ask them for how much Panadol we need to get, because the unit cost is going to be higher. So it's going to be cheaper to buy 8 million doses than it is to buy 500 doses or 500,000 doses, right? Which is why the OECS Pharmaceutical Fund exists. Now, he was claiming here that the reason was because it didn't get paid. Yeah, remember, he's also talking about 2022, in which they were in office for most of 2022. But he's speaking about it in the context like if it's the NNP that was supposed to pay, you were in office for 2022 and the bills for 2021 would come in 2022. Same way the bills for 2023 would come in next year. But from how Laco talking right now, like you have to pay first to get where you have to get, and then you get your invoices. It's confusing, but let me hear the rest of what you had to say.
This is a problem. I am informed that the list of drugs that is missing is not that long list that I think I'm seeing from where I sit.
So if it wasn't a long list as you see, let me hear what it was.
But I was informed that it is about 6 drugs. And some of them, the ministry attempted to purchase from local drugstores here.
So if it was only 6 drugs, 6 different drugs, then what did Minister get up in Parliament talking about this week? If it was only 6 drugs, so that means that is nothing to talk about. 6 different, only 6 drugs. I know for a fact that the list was more going around 30-something or 40-something different types of drugs that they didn't have. Yeah? And I could name them. I have the list somewhere here. I could name the drugs that they didn't have at the point in time that this man, who is supposed to be a pastor as well, same as the next person there, he's supposed to be a pastor as well, I believe, stood up there and lied in Parliament to the face of the minister, the ex-minister, knowing full well that he was lying. He was lying. There's no way he could have been speaking the truth. But let me hear what the rest he had to say.
In Grenada. So you see the predicament, Mr. Speaker. And if we are purchasing from the local drugstores, it simply means that they will quickly run out of drugs themselves, and that the supply that they would get will be inadequate to deal with our needs. It is a problem, Mr. Speaker, that we've inherited. I know health has always been a matter of concern for all governments. We, Mr. Speaker, as a caring government, is doing the best that we can in the circumstances, trying to cope with these long outstanding bills. But, Mr. Speaker, it's not just a matter of payment. It's not just a matter of payment. It's a matter of analyzing all of these bills that is close to 2 years old and determining whether or not they are worthy of payment and settlement. So there is some confusion.
So again, Grenada ordered stuff, we got it. and then you're still saying you're wondering if you should pay for it. Yeah, he's wondering. Let me say that part again.
And determining whether or not they are worthy of payment and settlement.
So yeah, these are the these are the same individuals who are now telling us that the problem was not the non-payment of bills before. The problem was that the other countries ain't paid the bill, not Grenada. Because I can tell you, as a matter of fact, and they cannot dispute this fact, that Grenada, your country, under the new National Party administration, had the best record for payments to the OECS Pharmaceutical Fund. The best record of any of the other countries involved in the Pharmaceutical Fund, Grenada always made sure that their payments were in. Yeah, if you have invoices that are out, that come in afterwards, that's one thing. But Grenada has always had the best record in relation to payments with the OECS Pharmaceutical Fund. I've said it on this program again, and what you have heard from LACO has confirmed. Because right now, once again, Grenada is fully paid up to OECS PPS, and while we are fully paid up, the other countries are lagging behind or were lagging behind, and as such, they didn't purchase medication and so they think it come off now from NNP AMP. It reached now on the other countries AMP. So you have to blame Ralph Gonzalez, and you have to blame what's the one, Dr. Drew up in St. Kitts, and so you have to blame them for the medication shortage here in Grenada. Yeah, so blame Ralph Gonzalez. Blame Dr. Drew. Blame the one in St. Lucia there, his name, Mr. Phillips, Prime Minister Phillips, out there. Blame all of them now. Philip J. Pierre. Blame all of them. You know, in fact, they take the blame out of Grenada now and they put it on the other countries. But one thing they ain't doing is take the blame for themselves. So 5 containers of stuff on the port right now. Yeah, I wonder if they're cleared or how long it will take to clear them, because within the Ministry of Health there is an individual who is tasked with clearing stuff for the ministry on the port. That person's job, you know, to clear stuff on the port. Yet still you have things sit down there 3, 4, 5 months and just not being cleared for whatever reason. And listening to some more of what the minister was saying is like they are in the process of putting together a strategy to deal with this. But while they're putting together a strategy, you have things sit down there that needed in different health facilities. So I'm hoping now that we hear that they clean out all these things and you get the containers that are come out, and people who have donated, that their stuff is put to good use. Because we still have the situation with nurse and them up in the States, they wondering where the stuff that they sent specifically to certain health facilities were not received. Yeah, you still have that situation taking place. 44073 4407377. That's the number for you to call and get on the inside. 347-329-3101. You know what, boy? I wonder if we could, let me see, because we have other people that were saying they only paying who they deserve to be paid, you know.
Mr. Cornwall, so we could finally lift the Benob that say that now for the issue of the non-payments for the drugs that are needed at the hospital, that will be taken care of in the soonest from your ministry.
The payment has to be made to the company who supply the drugs. If not, we'll not be able to at least fulfill our mandate to the people. But again, what I'm trying to make the point is that do not throw a blame on NDC and say the NDC government has not met its obligation. We continue to make sure that we pay everyone that deserves payment in the system. Our debt, our contribution to organizations, and those things.
We have a call online. Good night.
Sheldon.
Hi, good night.
Good night.
Yes, dear.
What Laco saying that is not true, you know, because my stepson in the hospital, when he go in, he had to buy medication. He do the surgery, they had to go and buy medication. They pay over $200 and something for medication. That is not true.
But you said medication came
the line bad too much. I don't know where they get that line. They have a line spirit.
But he said the medication came.
No.
So there should be no problem, and they're all stocked up for carnival in case anything they have.
No, you don't have no medication there.
Okay. Okay, my dear. And you're talking from
Because
personal
if
experience.
they just choose their gun, they buy the medication.
So this situation with your son took place when? How soon? How far ago?
He did the surgery Monday.
This week? Okay.
Yes, children, this week, Monday.
But the minister was
Monday,
talking in
children.
Parliament. The minister was talking in Parliament Wednesday.
And his
No?
wife went and got the medication and
Tuesday?
come up to 200 and change.
Wow.
So he's lying. They have and this is a nation, they're lying too much. All how you take them, that's why they have to call them the National Lying Congress, because they're lying too much.
My goodness. All right, my dear. I thank you so very much for your call. Thank you.
So they're lying bad. It don't have medication, it don't have. They don't supply, they don't have the medication to supply the hospital. They might have one or two Panadol and one or two this and one or two that, but they don't have medication.
All right, my dear. Thank you.
All right.
All right. My goodness. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So if we check New Hampshire tomorrow, outside of having to duck the bat mess and them kind of thing, we will get medication, right? So anybody going to the New Hampshire facility tomorrow, yeah, we're making sure that they know it's the New Hampshire, right? The New Hampshire facility tomorrow, they should be able to get medication, all right? Good, nice. We're just making sure, you know, because the minister say there are no medication problem again. That is okay, and they're gonna have everything now. Yeah. In fact, remember he said clearly. In fact, watch. I want you all to know. I ain't putting up the video. I'll play it again for you all. Yeah, we want to hear what he had to say clearly. But I'm gonna take this call first. We have a call online.
Mr. Scott.
Yes, sir.
The Prime Minister really has to shuffle that cabinet, you know.
What about shuffling them out? He can shuffle them out?
Because to me, he is not in charge. You have three ministers saying three different things. You know, it's either they don't know, and they want to get back in touch with you. They will go and find out. This thing must stop. The rest of the world is laughing at us. You understand? Youth on experience is killing us. They have to do better than that. The Prime Minister must take charge. Now, you have to come outside here to us outside here and take pictures, and then that is not what the Grenadian people want. You can have people just lying to run a country. Sooner or later, what is going to end up like? A revolution. People going to get tired. And then they're going to start to get on the street, do things and say things. So, Mr. Prime Minister, you're young. I don't know who giving you the advice. But please, sir, please, shuffle that cabinet. I know you're scared because you have who inside there is grumbling. You can't touch them because half of them there is not NDCites. Remember that, Sheldon?
Mm-hmm.
Half of them inside there is not NDCites. They're acting like that, but they're not NDCites. And that is a problem for the government. That's why the inside is so fragile, eh? Sheldon, the glass could break anytime. The glass could break anytime because everybody feels there is the Prime Minister. And that's a problem for the Prime Minister to deal with. He can't touch Ron. Ron could sell how much vehicle he want. He could do what he want. He could close down Queen Show. He could do what he want. He can't touch Ron. Because Ron is a split fire.
But meanwhile, people in New Hampshire having problems when it comes to the health center. They're having problems up there.
Sharon, they could have all the problems.
The people from surrounding areas who have to use that facility, Willis, Vendom, etc.
I could tell you, I could call 4 of them names. He can't touch. He can't touch. Straight from the horse's mouth. So he just have to just relax himself. Anyhow, you have a good one, Sheldon. You go here later on what's going to happen.
All right, my brother. Thank you so very much for your input.
All right.
Patricia and Matthew, good night to both of you. I hope that you all are having a fabulous night tonight. And yeah, I mean, I want to hear what Mr. Cornwall had to say, because I find the story changing. I find the story start to vary and change.
In recent times, I've heard the story that Grenada doesn't have supplies in the hospital and so on for giving our service to our people. Let me say that that is an area that has to be talked about cautiously, because over the years, Grenada was part of the Eastern Caribbean drug service arrangement, whereby all the OASIS countries together pooled to pay for their drugs from suppliers. However, from time to time, countries have lagged in terms of paying their dues on time. Grenada is a big example. For example, in recent times, we were told that Grenada did not fulfill their mandate by paying the bills on time, and therefore, obviously, the supplier would not be supplying you with new drugs if you have not paid your bill. And I must say that irrespective of all the monies that is talked about out there that the Ministry of Finance has, and we have paid pension, we have paid teachers, and we have paid whoever out there and we have not paid for drugs. Let me make it abundantly clear. Those outstanding bills are from prior years. I'm not sure what sense does it make if you leave the monies in the treasury and you have not paid your bills back 3-4 years back and so on, and create a situation whereby you cannot get certain drugs because of non-payment. So we have to be very careful when we make those statements about, we found a pregnant treasury and so on, and yet we didn't pay our bills.
No, you're talking about bills 3-4 years back. Tell us what saying 2 years. I don't even know who. Tell us what even one specific and say 2021 and 2022. And we all know the 2021 bills for the later part of 2021 would come in 2022. And then the 2022 bills for the beginning of 2022 would come in at the later part of 2022. We know who was there, right? So he's saying for 3-4 years, which is untrue. And imagine the individual is the Minister of Finance. I think he's spending too much time in blast. Yeah, 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get on to the inside of tonight's program. Yeah, once again, because maybe I'm misunderstanding Brother Lako, man. Maybe I'm misunderstanding Minister Lako, because the man say we get the medication and thing. Okay, let me play him again. Let me stop Jab Molasi here and let me play Minister Lako again. Maybe I hearing wrong. Maybe I hearing it wrong. So let's listen one more time. One more time, we're listening.
I mentioned that maybe about a month ago, there was a hullabaloo about the absence of pharmaceuticals at the General Hospital.
And that wasn't a month. That's been about the last 8 weeks or more we have been speaking about this issue. But anyway, that's just nitpicking. Go right ahead, Minister.
I must address it, sorry, because it is a sore point, I know, for Grenadians, especially if you fall sick. You want to ensure that when you are rushed to the General Hospital, the necessary medication that you need is there, and that the hospital is not deficient of the pharmaceutical remedies that must be present in order to be able to remedy your ailment or your sickness.
Just remember that Mr. Teleswat says only 6 medication that was missing anyway. Everything else was there. So only 6 medication that was missing. So in listening to the minister, we assume that it's only 6 that was missing according to his cabinet colleague. But anyway, let's listen.
I'm not going to go through the 9 yards of cloth as it relates to what OECS countries face with our regional pharmaceutical procurement agency, OECS PPS. I believe that it's going to take too much time to explain the process and what happens when you don't have the bulk procurement taking place. Sometimes it's a Peter pay for Paul and Paul pay for all situation where OECS PPS is concerned, they are working diligently from an OECS level to ensure that that is rectified. So that even if, as a sovereign state, you've paid all of your invoices, that you are able to receive your quota of request. Because sometimes, for example, Mr. Deputy President, since February of this year, 2023, we placed a bulk procurement order to OECS PPS. We just received it end of June, early July. And that is simply because we paid all our invoices. I made that quite clear last Senate sitting. But because other countries were not paying into the procurement pool, the OECS PPS was not able to make the bulk procurement for all 11 OECS countries at the particular point in time because the finance was not there.
All right. So they didn't have money to buy the medication. So how come NNP getting blame again? Because according to him, let's listen to what the minister had to say again.
But because other countries were not paying into the procurement pool, the OECS PPS was not able to make the bulk procurement for all 11 OECS countries at the particular point in time.
So I thought it was a situation where it was the NNP that was being blamed. But anyway, let's hear the rest of what he had to say.
The finance was not there. And as a result, as a prudent ministry or prudent administrators and policymakers at the ministry, we decided to engage our local pharmaceutical distributors here on island.
Well, let's pause there and take a call. Hello, good night. Yes, caller, you're live. Go right ahead.
Hello, Sheldon. Good night.
Hi, good night. Yes, you're live. Go ahead.
I just want to say good night to you. Okay. Have a blessed night.
Okay, my dear. No problem.
All right.
Yes, and you have a very, very blessed night yourself, my dear. Let's go back to the minister.
So that we can acquire buffers from them in order to be able to stabilize the pharmaceutical shortage that we were having at that particular point in time.
But wait, I thought according to Minister Telesford, there did not no shortage really was 6 medication. Remember he says no long list, is only 6. But I think the minister just said that there was a shortage. Maybe he talking about the 6, I know.
That we were having at that particular point in time. I did mention last Senate sitting, however, that we did receive some orders of pharmaceutical. It wasn't a shipment that came in. It was the orders that we made from our local pharmaceutical distributors here on island. And as a result, they were...
That's not what he said.
happy to do so. And I can report now that the OECS PPS shipment is on island about 2.5 weeks ago. So we cleared it and ensured that the pharmaceuticals were distributed to our various medical stations.
So my dear who called earlier, maybe they're just making a little thing because as far as he's saying here, it was cleared 2.5 weeks or so ago. The medication is here and distributed to the various facilities. Let's hear again. Yeah, let's go back to it.
It's on island about 2.5 weeks ago. So we cleared it and ensured that the pharmaceuticals were distributed to our various medical stations, as well as our 4 major hospitals. And also the back orders before February 2023, we have also been receiving those. So we will be fully stocked for the carnival season and beyond. Additionally, we have 5 containers currently on port with non-medical stuff, like Grenadians in the diaspora. So from beds to wheelchairs, I mean, you just name it. Nebulizers, etc., that Grenadians in the diaspora have donated. The majority of them new, some are not so new, and that's why we need a donation policy. So we're extremely pleased to report to the nation that we will be fully stocked for the carnival season and beyond, and we have put a contingency plan in place as it relates to the procurement of pharmaceutical, a plan B and a plan C, just in case we run into the same problem again with OECS PPS and the request for procurement.
So the problem with the OECS PPS and receiving the medication is not necessarily a Grenadian problem. It's a problem that the other countries, that is where the story reached to now, that the other countries have not paid, and as such, Grenada couldn't get because they couldn't buy, right? But before the story was NNP ain't pay for 3 or 4 years. which was a total lie by the Minister of Finance, by the way, but that NNPM pay for 3 or 4 years. And as such, NNPM pay for 3 or 4 years, so you end up in a situation where you have to try and buy from the local people because OECS, PPS wouldn't give you unless you pay. Yeah? So the story keep changing. I mean, when he spoke initially and he spoke about medication being on island and so on, he was giving the impression that they had bought medication, and outside of that, they were also seeking medication from some of the local entities, isn't it? Yeah. Don't worry, we're going to fix that up. 440-7377, that's the number for you to call. 440-7377, that's the number for you to call and get onto the inside. 347-329-3101. You can also call us on that number. Oh, God. Like Mia Motley had warned us, you know. Yeah, she had warned us. She did say, if you vote for... In fact, let Mia say she thinks for herself. Mia Motley is more than capable of saying what she had to say for herself.
There's much talk about voting for an opposition, and I hear it, and I understand Barbadians' sense of fairness. But I warn you that when you vote for an opposition, you may end up with a government you didn't want. Can the country afford that at this time? I say not. And if it...
So yeah, you might vote for an opposition, so you might like the NNP candidate, but we need an opposition, so you vote against them, and then you end up with a government that you didn't want. And the country can't really afford it at this point in time, but it is what it is.
So, you know, when you ask certain people questions and they can't answer it, they don't know what you're asking them, they'll get vexed. Now, this guy is the Minister of Finance. I don't know what kind of people they have in the Parliament here. He's a Minister of Finance. He gone on the media saying NIS collecting more money, less money, more money than they're paying out. Is it? They're collecting more money.
They are paying out more money than they're collecting.
Paying out more money than they're collecting, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. Paying out more money.
Mm-hmm.
But my question is, if they send home 3,000 people, these 3,000 people should be paying NIS. So why is this story? Why we paying, you know? I mean, a big educated man to Minister of Finance and talk like that with it. If my school child could correct man, that's come on, man. They're making us shame, Joel. I mean, the Caribbean people are laughing at us, man. I mean, they laugh at us already. Come and ask me what kind of dum-dum we have as Prime Minister when Tillman was there. And this one is not a dum-dum, that one is a dummy. You know? So,
but I still tell them don't get
involved. Better they give a work with them.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Anyway, have a good night.
Yeah.
I'm watching them dum-dum.
All right, my brother.
Blessings.
Next thing, that kind of stupidity infectious and I end up with it. Nah, good. Good. Yeah. I don't go down that road. Next thing, this thing infectious. Good. I ain't going down that road. 440-737. Thing come down, the story keep changing and adjusting. Whether it changed from 2 years, 2021 to 2022, to 3 or 4 years by the Minister of Finance, the person who's supposed to have been paying the bill. The bill, when one was saying it was paid, the other one was saying it will be paid. And then you had two at least saying, we're going to pay what we think deserves to be paid, what they think deserves to be paid, and so on. So we had to be sifting through. One minister saying was only 6 medication that was missing. One minister saying now that everything is here. All the medication has come in and so on. So I'm really, really interested in hearing the full thing about that. We have a caller online. Good night.
Hey, good night, Scott. What's this?
Hey, I'm good. You go right ahead. You're live.
I just want to say something, just straight from the point of it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you look how these fellas are them incompetent, now, we have the Molineux Road project going, okay?
Well, had.
Right, we had the Molineux Road project going. I am one of the senior supervisors for that project. Now, we had a consultant team based on. They was doing fine, perfectly well. When these fellas and them came into power, this thing, December gone, we went on holiday to go back to work January. Well, that January never reached it because up to now, January don't come yet.
So, I mean, you all were supposed to go back in January and up to now, you all ain't go back?
No, they sent home based on. They bring the Cubans come. When they realize, I don't know what, between them and the Cubans, they come with about 90 drawings. Every day is a different drawing back to the drawing board. The same best done they send home. They go now and call back the same best done. After they realize, well, maybe some reason they cannot take it to the Cubans to come back to continue from where they left off. Now, I want to know which one of them inside are engineers or contractors. I believe all of them put together, they can make half. But anyhow,
my brother,
my dead father had a word he used to say. When your head lead you, well, you know I'm going to pay for it. But you don't have to pay too long.
Because that project was slated to be finished by now, you know. It was supposed to be by at least June.
To hand up by July.
Yeah, so it was supposed to be completed.
Exactly.
Ah, my goodness.
I finished that traffic lights maybe about a month or more. I don't know what it is. And I tired people asking me questions. Oh God, when you turning on the light? When you turning on the light? Like the traffic light is mine. The traffic light don't belong to me. I finish my share of work.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is. But as I say, that is also information I would like the public to get. When the lights will be coming on.
Very important. Very important. Yeah. Thank you so very much for your call, brother.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you. And folks, what a way to end tonight's program. Yeah, you hear from people that are directly involved. Yeah, they went home in December with the intention of coming back in January. And maybe January 2024. Maybe that's what it means, 2024. Because that project was supposed to have been completed by June 2023 and handed over in July. Yeah. So all now, people should have been able to pass along that road going, instead of having to go all the way up into Mount Moritz and come round. People ought to have been passing there. But you heard directly from somebody involved in the project what has taken place. All right, so folks, that's all the time we have for Talking Points tonight. I know, yeah, you all want the program go longer. Can't go longer. That's all the time we have for Talking Points tonight. It's been wonderful being here with you. In everything that you say and do it safe and secure. Let me say as well, remember those of you that donate via the website. Yeah, so we're looking forward to your donations. I want to get some more books and so on for the students. We have 1 or 2 bags that we want to get some books and so forth again. So we want to get some of that together and some more stuff for the bags that we are giving out and so on. So, and remember to like and share. Like and share. It must be 100 likes before the program done. I ain't find out to see that, you know. Yeah. Oh, it's 110 day, man. Yeah, man. Okay, right. We're looking nice day. Good. Right? So that's all the time we have for Talking Points tonight. It's been wonderful being here with you, and everything you say and do it safe and secure. Want to be speaking to and with you, and definitely not about you. And you see the song I was playing last? That is the song I'm going to play now, because it's very timely right about now.